All right, good morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossoms. Exciting to be here as always, and I love to be on the program. Yesterday was the new year, was still in the new year, and of course, it's Women's Corner. And today we'll be giving you something very much interesting. And of course, because it's a woman, we want to know how it feels to actually be the only woman in the room. So you're welcome to the show. I want you to join us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Galaxy TV or Galaxy TV Web. And also we have our YouTube channels, Galaxy TV Entertainment, Galaxy TV News, and Galaxy TV Comedy. We also have Galaxy TV Vibes, where we have all our event lined up right there. The event, the red carpet moments are all there. And of course, yes, we have an app on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store, so you can just type in Galaxy TV and you can watch us live. You're welcome to the show again. Of course, I'm with my co-host. Good morning, Covenant.
Good morning, Rose Blossom. Good morning, our dear viewers. How are you doing today, Rose Blossom?
Okay, all right. I'm doing good today.
Do you still feel the excitement of the
Yes,
new
the excitement of the New Year is still in me.
Okay.
I think it's gonna stay longer, but you know how January is.
Yeah.
It could just take it away.
I get you. I totally get you. Anyways, it's so good to be here. My name is Covenant, aka the Lagos Girl, and trust me, I'm excited to be here. I still have the whole, New Year excitement, bubbling in me. So yeah, again, welcome to the show. Welcome to Women's Corner. Let's dive in already.
Ooh, so yes, we're going to dive in, and of course we have an amazing topic today, like I said. But what do we have for tips today before we invite our guest? And
all right, we'll be having safety tips for internet safety. We'll be having tips for internet safety. So let's go on a break, and after the break, we'll be taking tips on internet safety. Stay with us. Don't go nowhere. It's still the Women's Corner.
Internet safety rules. When you and your family use the internet, you are often unknowingly exposing yourself to a wide range of potential online threats. Digital landscapes, as we know, are constantly evolving as cybercriminals devise new ways to target internet users. Here is a list of just some of the biggest internet dangers you need to watch out for. Identity theft, data breaches, malware and viruses, phishing and scam emails, fake websites, online scams, romance scams, inappropriate content, cyberbullying, and faulty privacy settings. Essential internet safety tips. 1. Make sure you're using a secure internet connection. Although using public Wi-Fi is not recommended, it's sometimes unavoidable when you're out and about. However, when you go online in a public place and use a public Wi-Fi, you have no direct control over security, which could leave you vulnerable to cyber attacks. And if you need to do any one of these, use a virtual private network or VPN. Choose strong passwords. A strong password is made up of at least 12 characters, a mix of characters, uppercase, lowercase, plot symbols, and numbers. Using a password manager can help. 3. Enable multi-factor authentication where you can. 4. Keep software and operating systems updated. 5. Check that website look and feel reliable. Review your privacy settings and understand privacy policies. Be careful of suspicious links and where you click. Make sure your devices are secure. Backup data regularly and close unused account. Be careful what you download. Be careful what you post and where. Be careful who you meet online. Double check online informations. Use a good antivirus and keep it updated.
Okay, all right, you're welcome back. Yes, we're having an amazing time today. I'm excited about this topic. I do not know why, but of course, we have an amazing topic, and that is, it says, how do a woman actually react when she's the only woman in the room? Like, you have men, you have a lot of people, and you're the only woman in that room, either in a social gathering or in an official gathering. You know, anybody trying to look down on you, how should a woman behave? And of course, we have an amazing guest that will join us today. Her name is Evelyn Ayedona. She is a human capital development and a training professional. And of course, she's been doing this for over 12 years. Also, she is a certified personal analyst and an emotional intelligence specialist. So you should know that she's about to give you an amazing rundown of how you can be that woman anywhere, anytime, and still have your heads up high. Good morning, Evelyn.
Good morning, Evelyn. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can we hear you, please? Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you doing this morning? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Wow, you have such an amazing profile. Trust me, if we have to read it through, I'll take about 10 minutes, you know, to go down your profile. Amazing one you have there. And I'm sure you do justice to this topic. So I just want to ask, first thing first, I'm the only woman in a professional gathering, in a room, and trust me, with the way African culture is, they tend not to want to give you the platform to speak, to express yourself. Now, how do you make a statement without being rude, without being disrespectful, and without being too forward? How do you make such a statement as a woman?
Okay. In Nigeria or in the world as a whole, you know, we have this bias against women that women are to be seen and not to be heard. And sometimes we find ourselves in these situations, especially professionally, where we have women in a room full of men. I think what the first thing to do is your mindset. You have to have the right mindset, because when it starts in the mind before victory, right? So you have to start when you're going for war. Just say that you're going for war. When you're going for war, you have to, you know, conquer in your mind first. So you have to work on your mindset. See yourself as that woman. Don't see yourself as the only woman. You see yourself as the expert. You are there because of your values, right? You are there because you have the solution. That's why you are in a room full of men. Yes, you have the solution. There's a saying that I don't need to, a sales adage which says, I don't need to be salesy because I have the solution and they have the problem, right? So for me to be in a room full of men as the only woman means there is more to me. So I have to bring that to the forefront. I have to bring it to the table. You know, people keep asking, what do women bring to the table? What do women bring to the table? That exactly is what I am bringing to the table. I'm bringing my skills, I'm bringing my expertise, I'm bringing my abilities to the table, right? Because I am there to create a change. So the first thing you have to do is know who you are, work on your mindset. Don't let the bias get to you that, oh, you are supposed to be seen, you are not supposed to. Just see that you all are professionals working together. See yourself
All right, thank you. Yeah.
As a professional, see them as a professional. That's bias. The bias.
All right, Covenant, I don't know if you have a question.
Yes, I do have a question. So talking about a woman making a statement in the gathering or in the midst of, you know, men, CEOs, and maybe in a professional setting or a social setting, how can a woman handle a situation where her statement is being made, but it is now dismissed or overlooked because of her because she's a woman, or because she's the only woman in that setting?
Okay. The power of having the right allies, right? You are in a room. You should have done your research, right? You should have done your research. You should have known those that will be available at the meeting or at the conference, but you should have someone who is an ally, maybe a mentor, or maybe a colleague that is in the room of the male gender, right? So even if you get dismissed, your statement gets dismissed, such people would redirect the attention back to you. Like, so giving that, for example, you might say, okay, I think what this person is saying, I really want to hear what she has to say. I mean, she was making a point. Let her conclude so we can, having a strong ally also helps a lot. So having the right connection also helps. And also, another way to, stop that is to let them know your expertise. That is it. You are there for a reason. So they should know that you are an expert in this field. So you have to be assertive and make your point clearly. Don't let the bias get to you or make you feel intimidated. Most times, those intimidation, you turn it into inspirations. Yes, you turn those intimidation into inspirations, and you are able to, stand out in the room.
So much for
Okay, an amazing one. I like that response. Okay, there's also this particular scenario, maybe a social gathering, and of course, maybe you're seated or amongst the kings, the rulers of things, the people that make things happen in whatever industry that you are, and you are the only woman. Trust me, the first thought that comes to those men or other persons in that room is that you did one or two shortcuts to be able to sit, to sit amongst them, or even be able to talk while they are talking. Now, how do you try? I know sometimes when you try to, convince people you are not who they think you are, at the end of the day, it might even feel like you are actually what you are. You're actually that thing they think. So you don't want to be too convincing. You don't want to push the idea of who you really are in them. So how best can you do it without them not perceiving that, okay, she's just trying to cover up, and you hear something like, yeah, we it's fine, but they already believe they have a perfect image of you. Now, how do you correct such statement or such idea of people like that, and make sure you are not misunderstood as a woman?
The truth is, you can't change how people think. They have a right to how they think. They have a right to their thoughts. So if you start explaining and start mansplaining to them, I think you are doing how do I put it now? You are doing something wrong, adding salt to the injury, honestly, because you are there as a person. Right? So you don't have to explain to anybody, because you're trying to explain to them. You're telling them that I am not here because of what I have done. I am here because of my expertise. I mean, let your profile speak for you. You have a work history. So let your education, let your qualification, let it speak for you. You have you've been in the industry for years. So let it speak for you. I mean, you've accomplished so many things. Okay, how many people do you want to start explaining to that? Oh, I didn't sleep with any lecturer while I was in school. Then from the university, you go on to your master. How many people do you still want to explain to? I didn't, you know what I mean? So even in the professional world, you don't keep explaining. Let them have whatever. But by the time you show them your skills, you show them your expertise, and you are able to work on a project successfully, then that will convince them and change their notion about you.
of course, with us. But let's take a breather. Let's take some water. Let's calm down, because man, this is hot. This is a very hot topic, because women tend to always find themselves in that position, even when you know you worked hard to be where you are. It's so painful sometimes when people just get the wrong message about you or get the wrong image of you. Anyways, Evelyn, you're still with us, so we just want to take a short break. Let's have a short tip, and after the tip, we'll be right back and continue with Evelyn, because we have lots and lots of questions to ask her. So let's take this tip and we'll be right back to the studio. Stay with us.
Tips for mothers. Being a good mother isn't about achieving perfection. It's about showing up, loving your child, and doing your best in the messy. It means understanding that there will be ups and downs, moments of doubt, and times when you don't have all the answers. What truly matters in creating a safe, nurturing space where your child feels heard, valued, and loved, even when things aren't perfect. 1. Listen actively. When you listen actively, you are not just hearing words, you are picking up on the emotions, thoughts, and needs behind them. This shows your child that their feelings matters and that they are understood and valued, which builds trust and strengthens your bond. It also encourages them to open up more, knowing that you will be there to listen without judgment or immediate solutions. Plus, by listening carefully, you are better able to understand what your child is experiencing and offer the right kind of support, whether they need guidance, comfort, or just someone to acknowledge their feelings. 2. Take time to understand their behavior. Instead of reacting impulsively to your child's behavior, take a moment to observe and understand it. All behavior serves as a way for your child to communicate something they might not yet have the words or awareness to express. Instead of seeing a behavior as bad or deviant, begin to view it as an important clue to your child's inner world. 3. Respect that your child is their own person. Your child is a unique individual, separate from you, with their own thoughts, feelings, and interests. It's important to recognize and honor their individuality rather than expecting them to think, feel, or behave exactly as you do. Encourage them to explore their perspectives and make choices, even those choices differ from your own. 4. Use emotionally rich languages. Introducing feeling language early on helps your child develop the vocabulary they need to identify, express, and understand their emotions instead of simply describing situations or behaviors. Use words like happy, sad, frustrated, anxious, excited, or confused to label the feeling behind them. Beyond just naming basic emotions, you can also introduce more nuanced feelings such as disappointed, proud, embarrassed, or nervous to broaden their emotional understanding. 5. Show interest in their passions. Show genuine enthusiasm and interest in the things your child is passionate about. When you actively support their interests, you send a powerful message that what matters to them matters to you too. For example, if your child is fascinated by dinosaurs, join them in reading books, visiting a natural history museum, or even watching documentaries together. If they have a particular video game ask them to explain what makes it fun or challenging, and maybe even try playing it with them. Showing curiosity and involvement in their passions makes them feel seen and validated.
Okay, all right, welcome back. Yes, you are still watching Women's Corner. Now, those are amazing tips for mothers. Yeah, I keep pushing. Remember, for men, I'm sorry if you guys are jealous, but this is a women's program. So, yes, we have to do more of that. Well, at least we showed you internet safety.
Yeah, that's for everybody.
That's for everybody. But now this is tips for mothers. And, of course, the last tip we'll be having for today would definitely be for health, which is for general people, everybody. Okay, yes, we still have Evelyn. Hi, excuse me. Hi, Evelyn.
Hi.
Okay, yes, I would say welcome back. Okay, so first, what are the first few things you think every woman should equip themselves with? It's not just about being professional or being in a social gathering. As a woman, if you want to be who you want to be, I'm not saying you just want to be a housewife and just be there. No, you want to make a name for yourself. You want to have this amazing world for yourself that even your family can fit into it, your friends can fit into it, but you want to make sure that it's very good and standard enough. What are the few things you think every young lady or every woman out there should equip themselves with to make it?
Okay. I always say that human potential is inexhaustible. In my line of field, human potential is inexhaustible. So the first thing I'll talk about is potentials. You have to develop your potential. You actualize it and you maximize it. Because that's the first thing. If you don't have any other thing in this world to survive, your skills will help you. Your skills and abilities and your knowledge will go a long way to help you. So you must be skilled. You must work on your skills. You must work on your potential. You must actualize it and maximize it. Then the other thing is confidence. You have to be confident. You have to have a high self-esteem, because that's going to help you when every other thing fails. And another thing is you have to believe in yourself. In fact, that's the first thing. Believing in yourself is the first thing. Before you even start to develop your potentials and all that, your skills and all that, you have to believe in yourself first, that you can achieve anything. In whatever field you find yourself, you can achieve anything. Even you mentioned the women that are staying at home, housewives and all that. Most housewives are doing online, online businesses, keeping the home front and still doing online businesses, because the 21st century has opened our eyes, has opened women's eyes to know that they can do a lot more. A lot more in business. You see, fashion designers, everybody's out there, they're on the internet, marketing their goods. If they do not believe in themselves, they won't be able to do that. So the first thing is you have to believe in yourself. Then the other thing is you have to develop your skills and competence. I mean, nobody wants to deal with someone who is not competent enough to deliver. Right? So you have to be competent. Then you have to build your confidence. That is very, very important. You have to build your confidence. And you have to have the right attitude to work. You do not want a situation where you are expected to produce results, and at the end of the day, you are lagging behind. Then that bias comes in. People will have every reason to say, oh, she's a woman. We warned you about it. She's a woman. You have to be up and doing. You have to have the right attitude to work and also the right mindset. I say it every time. Mindset is very, very key. Once you have conquered your mind, there's nothing you cannot achieve.
much for that answer, for that response. Thank you so much. Okay, so body languages, they give us out a lot of times, or they allow people tell, what we truly feel at the moment. So what body language should a woman master? What body language should a woman get used to when she knows that, from time to time she would always be the only woman in professionals, especially in professional settings? What body language should a woman master?
Master eye contact. You have to master eye contact, because the men in the room can be very, very intimidating. They want to stare down into your soul, deep into your soul, so you cower. But the first thing you have to do is master eye contact. And don't try to give anything, because they believe women are emotional. So whatever, maybe when they are talking or they're having a discussion and it's not in your favor, you have to master your expressions. You have to master your expressions. You don't
quickly go for the last tip, because usually, I don't know, because of time, we hardly even take our
All
three
the tips,
tips.
yeah.
Yes, all the tips. So, while Evelyn is still with us, of course, she's still staying with us. She needs to finish that question and, of course, wrap up so that we can go. But let's quickly take this tip. This is from Dr. Kelvin Esibo, talking about health and how we need to stop stigmatizing or stop feeling like this person has a disease that can probably never be cured. It's just ulcer. So let's quickly go check this tip and learn more about our health. And we'll be right back to the studio to continue with Evelyn. Stay with us.
Talk about is peptic ulcer disease. Yes, it is very common. Well, the usual notion we have about peptic ulcer disease, which we usually call ulcer, not eating is not necessarily a cause of peptic ulcer disease. Peptic ulcer disease can be caused by a bacteria called Helicobacter pylori, which we call H. pylori. So usually, if one person has peptic ulcer disease, it can be passed on to another person, within a circle. That's why you can have it in the family, the father, the mother. The mode of transmission is fecal-oral, so it can be transmitted from one person to another, though the mode of transmission is not fully understood, but we know it can be transferred fecal-orally. Now, there are several treatments for peptic ulcer disease. The common one which we see, ulcer kits and the rest. I don't want to call drugs, so you don't go and start being drugs yourself, rather than somebody properly diagnosing you, knowing the cause, the precipitating factors. But some of the things to avoid, you have to avoid peppery food, avoid too much spicy food, avoid fatty food, food that contains too much oil, avoid things like diclofenac, ibuprofen, NSAIDs, aspirin, because those things can worsen the ulcer. If you are taking drugs like prednisolone, steroid, it can worsen the ulcer. Even if you don't have, it can even cause the ulcer. And more importantly, when you go to the hospital and any pharmacy or doctor is about to prescribe or give you any drug, let them know that you are asthmatic. Usually it comes with pain in the epigastric region, just between your chest and the abdomen. That depression you have in that region, we call it the epigastric region. So usually ulcer pain, that is where you have it. For some, it might not necessarily be ulcer. It can be gastroesophageal reflux disease, so meaning some of the acid in the stomach is moving upward in the chest and is giving you heartburn. You take something we call antacid to relieve it, then you take proper treatment. But more importantly, see your doctor and let them diagnose you and treat you properly. Know the triggers, avoid the triggers. Thank you. See you another time.
Okay, all right, welcome back. Yes, that's Dr. Kelvin, advising us on also. So, okay, moving on because of our time. Hi, Evelyn, please, at a point we could not hear you. The network was pretty bad. So we would like you to continue with the question Covenant asked you and just, wrap it up from there. Whatever you think you need to talk to women about, advise women on, either in the social gathering or the professional gathering, however it is that you just want to give them the advice. Just wrap that up in about 2 to 3 minutes because of our time so that we can go. Can we have Evelyn, please? Do you have Evelyn or Evelyn logged out already? Oh no, please don't do that. Okay, I guess she logged out already. Yeah. Okay, Evelyn, thank you so much for joining. That was amazing. Thank you so much, all of us from Galaxy TV, and of course from the team. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining on the show. So now, from your question, because your question hit so hard, and to the extent we even had the behind the camera man, Kayode, saying that yes, we are exposing you people. We have to. That is why we're doing this. So what is the important thing you learned from all that she has said?
Okay, so actually, wrote down a few of them. Believing in yourself. Trust me, that thing can be really hard to believe in yourself, because you know that, okay, this is your craft, this is your expertise, but there are also people out there that knows this thing even better than you do, right? So having to believe in yourself is a very, very intentional step that any woman or anybody would take to progress in their life. So believing in yourself, and also working on your mindset. Believing in yourself. There are a lot of things actually, but believing in yourself and then working on your mindset will shape and change everything.
Yeah, for you, that's amazing. So you can just wrap up from there. You're preaching, but
I feel like a man. Speak to the story.
So just wrap up the show and let's go.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, it was such a beautiful time on the show. Trust me, I learned a lot. I won't tell you I learned I learned a lot, and I'm very sure that you also learned one or two things. I remain Covenant, aka the Lagos girl, and like I always say, keep living, keep loving, and keep learning. It's a new year. Do something different. Dare to be different this year. See you soon.